this episode of Big Easy Life, I thought we'd clear the air about New Orleans, how we deal with hurricane season. We'll be right back. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Big Easy Life. All right, a little disclaimer to get out of the way right off the bat. This is going to be about hurricanes and hurricane season. And the devastation they bring is very real, very serious, and no doubt scary. But, like many things in life, continued exposure tends to breed a certain amount of familiarization. And the city of New Orleans, not to mention the whole Gulf Coast, has an intimate relationship with these winds of change. Call them something. Let me get my little list here. The Big Easy has endured no less than a dozen storms since 1965. These include such monsters as Betsy, Camille, Andrew, George's, close enough, Rita, Gustav, and of course Katrina, being the cherry on top of that sandwich. Even with those, you'll see a sense of humor. Snide comments on Facebook, you'll hear quirky things in mimes, jokes and bravado are made. It's kind of that version of dark humor you see. So anything we say here, please take with a grain of salt. We've been through a lot, no bones that they can be scary and dangerous, but at the same time, we're trying to enjoy ourselves here too. Alright, I thought I'd share with y'all what my family and I do in preparation for and going into hurricane season. Hurricane season starts June 1st and runs to the end of November. That means we spend half the year in hurricane season and the other half thinking about it. I'll tell you personally, after years of working in public service and different industries, I start my preparation for hurricane season end of April, beginning of May every year. Louisiana has a great website for storm prep, and that's getagameplan.org. I would like everybody to take a minute, go to that site, and understand what it is that the state gives you as far as lists and ideas. It really does help build out that basis for what you need to prepare every year. What it really means is that as a family, we sit down together and discuss what we'll do in case of a storm. What does our prep look like? And if the storm comes, do we stay or do we go? And if so, where do we go? It also means doing the boring but very important stuff, which includes verifying insurance, taking pictures of all your valuables, taking pictures of your house, updating videos of everything you have. So in the hopefully unlikely event that something does happen, you have records of everything that you take with you so that you can make sure that you get back at least financially what you've lost, if not emotionally. As we continue in our preparation, we take the following steps. The first thing we do is we check our generator in case of a power outage. Let's get rid of that. It's important, but we probably don't want it sitting there the whole time. All right, next we need to do is inventory our hurricane ration. Hi there. Not these hurricane rations. I promise you we'll take a little taste of these later on. Although I know quite a few people who this is how they prepare for hurricanes, I really don't recommend it. Let's get rid of these. Okay, we'll get back to those later, I promise. So what do we really need? We need to check our food, our water, flashlights, power cables, extension cords, all these things. Let's start with food. Food is normally going to be anything that's going to last a long time. Canned goods are a big help. Dried foods, like the kind of things that you would take camping, are very important. We live on ravioli, Vienna sausage, the stuff you probably wouldn't eat the rest of the year. The hardest thing is not breaking into your hurricane snacks. and taking them. But you want stuff that will last. My suggestion always is after hurricane season, you move that food in a regular rotation, eat it, and then replace it as you get closer to it again next year. That way you always have a fresh supply. Even if it is dehydrated or canned, you don't want it sitting around for too long. Water. We could do an entire show just on water post a hurricane. But I always suggest that you just keep about a gallon per person per day for at least 3 or 4 days worth on hand. I keep quite a few cases of bottled water here at the house. It won't go bad. It stays in a safe place. And that way, while we're looking at some of these other options for getting fresh and clean water, we have something to hold us over. Flashlights. You all have them. Check them. Maintain them. You want to look at them. Make sure you do a dry run. Do I need extension cords for refrigerators? Do I have a little portable air conditioner like we do? Will my generator run that? That's all the stuff that we do as part of that pre-plan. You go through all of it, and it may take you several days. And once that's done, what's your job? Well, my job is to fret over it for the next 6 months through the whole season. Do I have everything? Am I missing anything? Did the kids break in and steal all the good food out of the pantry? You know, little things like that. As hurricane season progresses and storms begin to enter the Gulf of Mexico, everyone in the region becomes an amateur meteorologist. I live my life by the National Hurricane Center and their regular updates. Of course, we all pray that the weather horseman of the apocalypse, Jim Cantori, does not come to our town. The toughest thing with hurricanes is, should I stay or should I go? Did you hear that? That was kind of strange. Now, I'll tell you a story. My father's a very self-assured man, and he never truly believed in evacuating. It just wasn't what he did. I knew Katrina was going to be a visit to Dante's levels of hell when my dad called just hours before landfall and said, "Got a funny feeling about this one. Your mom and I are evacuating." That's what you call an oh shit moment, folks. It is a truly personal decision. I mean, I have family that I live with that have medical problems, right? With that in mind, what's their medication? Are they on oxygen? Will they require some sort of power? Do they deal with the heat very well? Where most elderly and young and sickly do not deal with that very well. So you have to take all of that in mind. I don't want to run at the slightest storm, but I want to make sure that we're prepared and know exactly what we need to do. Now you know why I agonize over the weather reports so much. Once the storm itself gets here, it can kind of be anticlimactic. It's done. The waiting's over with. There's nothing to do but ride it out. Stare at the weather and hope things pass quickly. I will say that hurricanes, big and small, are life-changing events. In New Orleans and the surrounding area, all moments in time are now classified as pre- and post-Katrina. It's an ingrained part of our culture. It's just become that thing that defines everything in life. So preparation is a major part of what needs to be done at all time. This next little segment, take a look. I'm sharing some of my photos from Hurricane Katrina.
30 miles on the Gulf Stream, I hear the south wind moan. The bridge is getting lower, the shrimp boat's coming home. The old man down in the corner slowly turns his head, takes a sip from his whiskey bottle, and this is what he said. I was born in the rain on a puncher train underneath the Louisiana moon. I don't mind the strain of a hurricane, they come around every June. The high black water, a devil's daughter, Somebody taught her it takes a lot of water to wash away New Orleans.
I hope you enjoyed this little part of Big Easy Life. It's not always the prettiest part of what goes on, but it's a vital thing to understand about those of us who live here. And if you enjoyed it, please like this video, subscribe to the channel because we'll keep putting out new and good stuff, and let me know down in the comments what you want to see, what you thought of this video, and things you want to see in the future. And keep hanging with us because we'll all get to the heart of what Big Easy Life is all about.